What is going on, everyone? It's Random951, and I'm here to bring you my how to find and get the Japanese Battlescarred Shining Gundam. Now, I know there may be a couple people who don't like G Gundam as much as I do. There might be a whole bunch. Well, there is a whole bunch of people who like G Gundam as much as I do, or even more. But if you guys don't know, I'm pretty crazy fan about G Gundam. It was the first Gundam series I've watched. I take that back. As a kid, I watched Gundam, but I don't recall what series it actually was. It might have been the MSIA team. It might have been Wing Gundam. I'm not sure. But for some reason, I thought it was G Gundam, possibly, and I watched the whole series of that. I fell in love with the series. I fell in love with all the mobile suits. I mean, out of all of them, I gotta say, Shining Gundam is hands down my favorite mobile suit from G Gundam. Probably is my favorite mobile suit as of today from all the different shows, most likely, of Gundam. If you haven't seen, I also do like the Battlescarred variants very much, so I took the time to actually get each of, well, not each, but most of the main characters from G Gundam. You got Rose Gundam, you got Shadow or Spiegel, you got Maxter, Bolt, Dragon, and Shining. I did have a Burning Gundam, but unfortunately that one was kind of a lemon when it came to the arms, because the arms would just fall off so easy. I don't know why, due to defective molds and the shoulders. But Shining Gundam's always been nice to me. What I mean by that is I've never got a lemon. They're really good. They're built very well, and they're really nice, really awesome figures. So this purpose of this video today is how to get a Japanese variant of the Battlescarred Shining Gundam. Now, let's go over some facts about the Japanese Shining Gundam or Battlescarred variant. First of all, this is only a Japanese release. Take it back. It was a release in Japan. They might have released it overseas somewhere else in another country, but let's get this clear. This certain figure was never released in the was never released to be sold in stores such as Walmart, Target, big stores in the US. This was a exclusive done through the Toys Dream Project. They've also done different they also done other Gundam kind of sets. They've done the Leo set. It's a Japanese Leo set where you get the Army Leo and the Space Leo. And I believe they also did the final duel set for the Arc 78 and the Zeong. And they might have done some other ones. But they do special sets that are pretty hard to find. I mean, you can find them, but they also get pretty pricey. So, for instance, the Battlescarred Zeong and Battlescarred Arc 78 final duel set goes from $52 and up. Free shipping, but $52 is a lot for two figures. It's $25 a piece or $20 a piece, and then $10 for shipping. Either way you look at it, it's $50 you gotta spend to get the certain variant. There's also the GPO2 and GPO1 Battlescarred variants. Very awesome figures, don't get me wrong, but they're pretty tough to find, let me tell you. Luckily I got to pick up my own, and I have not seen any other come on the market lately. So that's, they're very obscure sets. The final duel sets, they're not known well enough due to being Japanese released, and we have all these MSIAs, and we just mostly stick to the American release. And sometimes we miss out with the Japanese release because there are some really awesome Japanese release figures from the MSIA line, of course. I mean, you got I want to say, but like the Quebly, I think that's only a Japanese release figure. Gundam Go5, Go4, I believe were released in the US. I'm not too sure, but they were not very easy to find. Easier to find Japanese release, but there's you got the Zaku 1 Black TriStar, Zaku 2 Black TriStar. So we did miss a couple good figures that were Japanese release, but we also got a lot of good figures here. So let's get to how to get the Shining Gundam Battlescarred variant. Basically, there's only one way to get it, and that's to get the Toys Dream Project Final Duel Set. The name of it is called God Gundam is Born. Now there's a lot on Amazon, and there's I believe only one on eBay, but they are pretty pricey. The cheapest one on Amazon right now is going for $78. It's coming from Japan, and it has free shipping. Now, free shipping is standard shipping, meaning no tracking, no insurance. So if it gets lost, it's kind of a boo-hoo. They can't do anything about it. So you're probably gonna have to pay extra $7 to maybe maximum $15 for EMS, priority tracked shipping, unless you're feeling confident and you don't want to pay for the shipping, or you just you believe it's going to make it. It is an expensive set. With the set, you do get, of course, the Japanese Battlescarred variant of the Shining Gundam, and you get the Japanese God Gundam, aka Burning Gundam. Both really awesome figures. Nothing to complain about them. But that is not how I got mine. Actually, I came upon mine while just looking through eBay, checking up new searches on Gundam, and a seller was selling this as an individual figure as a bid, and I got mine for, I've paid either 15 or 17. Now the big downside was I only got 2 accessories and the figure. Well, technically 3. I was really hyped, but then I'm kind of sad because basically Shining Gundam's supposed to come with 2 beam swords, like one mini one and one big one. He comes with 2 heads. He gets the regular Shining Gundam head, and then he gets hyper mode. I believe it's hyper mode head, which turns into beast, freaking unstoppable burning finger mode. Shining finger. He comes with well, in the case of the Japanese release, he comes with like 5 different hands. He comes with 2 closed fists. He comes with 2 beam sword hands, which this guy's missing one of them. And I'm not even sure this is the right hand that goes with it, due to how small they made this little, little piece to go on the arm, to go into the hand. They should have made it at least this long, the same as the Shining finger hand, but they made it really small for some reason. He also comes with like a piece of Master Gundam's hand that's supposed to go through the figure. It's supposed to represent, the battle between Master Gundam and Shining Gundam when they're on the island training. And here's the hand, and it's it's basically gone through the mobile suit. The mobile suit's also supposed to come with a core lander, which is basically which allows the pilot to get inside the mobile suit to pilot it, basically. So each of mine have their own core lander. His is in his bag, and I actually still have my core lander from my old Shining Gundam that I had as a kid. So fortunately, no core lander. I believe that covers all accessories. So 2 beam sabers. In this case, 5 hands, 2 open hands for beam sabers, 2 close fists for fighting. Alternate head. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Alternate head, and core lander, and burning. Master Gundam's detachable hand. So now that I got over with all that, that's how it would come 100% complete, just like any other Shining Gundam. Now let's take a look at what makes the Shining Gundam Japanese different and unique. So first of all, let's take a look at 3 different variants of the Shining Gundam. So here we got the American release Battlescarred gold variant. What I mean by gold variant, there's 2 releases of the American release Shining Gundam. There's a silver variant, which basically the only difference is if I can get this, basically that part of the shoulder and the machine guns, which are gold inside. If I could kind of, let me see. You can see how they have like a gold color inside. Instead of being gold, the first release was a silver color instead of being gold. So this is the American release, of course, no panel lining, a bummer, but you know, that's how it is. So gold variant. Take a look, you know, obvious differences. You know, you got battle scarring, you got scratching. You can, you know, see the legs kind of destroyed, which looks awesome. Kneecap kind of destroyed. You got slashing on the skirt armor. Try to focus this. Oh yeah, skirt armor, and you can see all that detail. Now I don't think this figure is supposed to be dirty. I think either the last owner previous from the seller was a smoker, or they just played with it in dirt. It got kind of dirty, you know. Can't really tell. Maybe it was like this. Maybe it's supposed to be like this. Honestly, I'm not sure. You know, you got battle scarring on the back, slashing on the shoulders, and you know, just a really cool, nice detail, and it stands out a little bit more with it not being covered in acrylic paint. You know, how this is covered. Even in the face, you know, you got some scar, and you got, you know, it's got slashed there. Let's see here. Trying to focus my camera, not working too well here. See here. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to focus my camera to get away. I don't think I can. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Well then, well, like I was saying, you know, it's got battle scarring on the face. There's like a piece of the face missing right there, and as you can see, this part, you know, it's not supposed to be like that. He also got some of the antennas missing on the left side, which have been, like, you know, destroyed as well. So, you know, like all that cool stuff. Very nice detail, and it looks really awesome. Take a look at the American version. Same exact thing, mold wise. I mean, you know, you got same battle scarring, same places. It just looks a lot more dirtier than this guy due to the paint and how he was made. You know, basically they just took the figure, put him in a wash, and then took him out, and he was left this really dirty, you know, looking self. Was actually looks a lot more destroyed and, you know, basically done. But excuse me. But that's what makes the Japanese figures a lot more unique. And what I mean by that, I feel like there's a lot more detail that went in this figure. You know, they did, you know, the mold, but then they went through the trouble of panel lining it, giving it nice, really nice standout detail. You know, panel lining here, there, panel lining all over the arm, which looks really awesome. Just really nice. The colors, I gotta say, they did different. They used different paints, of course. And what I mean by that is, if I get this darn shoulder. Damn, this thing is stuck. Let me just take off the other one. Alright, so if we compare the shoulders, if I take off this one now. So you take a look at the shoulders, you know, you got this one, you know. And now let's take a look at this. Now basically it looks like they use like a matte color to paint it. It's not really, if you compare it to the American release Battlescarred, you got like this metallic gold color, and then you, with the Japanese, you got it's like this matte gray for the shoulder. And it kind of reminds me of the first release and second release of Shining Gundam. You know, you got the gold variant, and you got the silver variant. Well, the silver variant actually has like a metallic color than a regular matte color for the arms, and I mean the shoulders and the guns. Same with the guns. They also did like a matte color for them. Basically, the paint that they used was like a different kind of paint. It was I don't know, maybe they didn't do like a finish, so they left it like a kind of a dusty feeling, I guess. But nonetheless, you know, it gives it a whole different kind of look, you know, which is I like it a lot, honestly. Can't complain about that. Another cool thing to note is that if I could take this off now, give me a second. Well, work with me here. Okay. So there's actually some pieces that they did to add more detail. No, this is not what I'm talking about. But if you take a look at the little orbs in the middle, where the mobile suit is, including Shining Gun American release, you got the orb, and it's just like a plastic basically. You know, it's part of the mold. You know, nothing crazy here. But you take a look at the Japanese, it's actually like a little plastic, translucent, transparent little piece of plastic. So let me see, is it? You know, I could be lying to myself, but I know the way that they did the color, they gave it a shiny look, so it looks like it's actually like a translucent kind of color. But I think it's not. I think it's just they did the paint a different color, and it actually makes it look like a translucent or transparent, which is pretty cool. They actually kind of fooled me with that, because I don't think it is. I think they used a different paint on it. So that's pretty cool, you know. They gave it more detail, of course. And that's usually when it comes down with when it comes down to Japanese versions. They're usually more notably for their detail in the figures. You know, they put a lot more detail to them. And you know, same with here. Instead of having gold boosters, you got gray. You know, you look at the Battlescarred American, you got gold boosters. So there's some subtle differences, but they're there. You know, they are there. I'm trying to take a look at something real here. I never noticed, but on the Japanese figure, you can kind of see a little better. It's like little springs, not springs, but like little they add like some little detail back here, look like little coils to show like the leg has flexibility or something. I don't know, but yeah. So Japanese Shining Gundam, definitely an awesome figure, but due to the release of it and how limited it is and how expensive it is to get one, is not as easy as, you know, as people would like it to be. Like I said, the only really way you could get this guy is either if you find them somewhere loose in a lot, or just loose online for sale, or if you buy the God Gundam is Born Final Duel, or is it Final Duel set? I think it is. Basically, the God Gundam is Born Final Duel set, Toys Dream Project, MSIA, excuse me, 2-pack. And that's going to cost you from anywhere from 60 up to like over $100, you know. So definitely one of the tougher figures to find for G Gundam and for the Japanese Battlescarred line, because like I said, Japanese Battlescards were like basically special releases, and they didn't do releases for every figure, you know. They didn't do Japanese Battlescarred Shadow Gundam, Maxter, Rose. They only did them for specific sets, and it was limited on the Battlescarred variants that were released in Japan, because they were meant to kind of go back to the show, which represented specific scenes of the series that they did. Like I said, you know, at the end of 0079, you have the Zeong and the Arc 78 going at each other, and they get totally destroyed, and you know, leaving the Battlescarred variants with Maxter Gundam and, you know, a lot of the G Gundam characters. You don't see their Gundams getting destroyed like that. You know, the only Gundam you see get destroyed like that is the Shining Gundam, when Domon Kashu is on some random island training to fight in the Gundam tournament. So, you know, that represents that. GPO2, GPO1, you know, they have an epic battle in space, and they basically destroy their mobile suits, I guess. So, you know, Japanese Battlescarred variants, very limited in release, pretty tough to find, honestly, and they're not cheap. Some you could find for a good deal. It depends what you find as a good deal and you find cheap, you know. Beyond $60, you know, it's kind of getting expensive because it's basically $30 a figure. It all depends. So, I mean, sorry if this video kind of discouraged you on trying to find one, but I'm just trying to tell you exactly how you could find one and where to find one. Obviously, the best place to find a loose Japanese Shining Gundam Battlescarred variant would be eBay, checking if people have it loose for sale or something, you know. I mean, you know, weirder stuff happens, but it is possible to find one if you do have the patience to look and, you know, always scout on eBay. I don't think many people know about this figure and really don't honestly even care about the figure, because when I found it, you know, I was ecstatic. I was like, wow, I had to get this, and no one else bid against me. So, you know, obviously that shows that either not that people knew about it, not that many people knew about it, or not that many people cared about it. So, kind of good for me. But definitely one of my favorites in my collection right now. Out of all my figures, even the Zaku's I have, I gotta say, my Japanese Shining Gundam is definitely one of my top. Because like I said, you know, G Gundam's my show and Shining Gundam's my freaking Gundam. He's two beasts. So sorry for the long review, guys. Just kind of had to go talking away. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope I didn't discourage anybody. I hope I at least gave you some tips if you guys were interested in how to find one. Like I said, I actually like probably about half an hour ago. That's basically how long this video is. I checked on eBay and there's actually one up for sale. Sellers in Japan, and they want $117 or best offer for it in US dollars, which is obviously pretty darn high. But like I said, if you could trust Amazon, definitely go through Amazon. It would be a lot cheaper, and you know, it probably only costs you from 8 to maximum 15 to get shipping upgraded, and you would still get it cheaper than you would on the eBay one. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for me from this video. Please do check out my other videos, and if you guys are interested and you guys are liking the content, please subscribe, leave some comments, and I will be doing more reviews and in the upcoming week, so be ready for that. Alright everyone, thanks for watching and good night.